Bulletcast for life.
Get up! This is a revolution! This is our time to rise! Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes. We are the elite, and you are the weak. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know your death is what I seek. We are the elite, and you are the weak, and I will always get back up on my feet. Why are they alive?
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone Messiah, Phillip Antoine, joined by the Canadian destroyer, BT, Brandon Tanguma. Another week in the world of sports entertainment, professional wrestling. Brandon, what's going on, man?
What's up, everybody? A lot of wrestling the past week, a little bit of a break this weekend, but, the news and wrestling never stops.
Yes, it doesn't. We're going to get into it. Saturday night's main event, overall thoughts. Decent show, and people were complaining about the commercials, but that's just it's just the nature of the game, man. That's what I guess that's what streaming has done to us. Where people forgot about commercials and they exist, and this isn't free television. It's got to be paid for somewhere. Overall Saturday night's main event, good stuff. Bronson Reed coming in, joining the Seth Rollins group. We'll talk about that more once we get to Monday Night Raw. Decimating CM Punk with that tsunami. What else? The John Cena R-Truth of it all. It was fun. Cena, coming out first, and then you get this all his music's playing again. Oh wait, it's Ron Cena. R-Truth doing all the greatest hits. Cena having a moment of conflict when he had the championship in his hand. Looks like he was going to hit R-Truth with it. Gives it back to the ref. Low blows. R-Truth. AA pins him, hits him with the title after anyway. Has the moment with Jey Uso backstage. Both world champions talking to each other. To remind you of the days of old when there'd be a joint pay-per-view and, you haven't seen both champions together ever. So that was good stuff. I mean, they have history. Jey eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. What else happens? Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green. Good work on the women's U.S. title front. I'm trying to. Am I missing one? I know Logan Paul and Jay, but am I missing something? Oh, the steel cage match. Damian Priest, the heel turn. I don't know. It was a very definitive thing to do. And then you get to the main event, Logan Paul, Jey Uso. They're going through the motions, getting it done. John Cena comes out there to ensure that Logan Paul, to win the world title, have a YouTuber hold the championship, and John leaves with the WWE title to ruin wrestling. The American Nightmare comes back like a house of fire, big pop coming in there. The flip flop and fly crossroads. All in all, Jey Uso retains the world championship. Cody Rhodes said, "Enough is enough. You've ruined enough. I got Uso. You got Logan Paul. See all that Money in the Bank." What are your thoughts?
Overall, the show was okay. I didn't really, because I watched it on delay, so I didn't have to deal with the commercials like some people did. But I'm here on the Wikipedia page. I did not realize in total there was less than 40 minutes of total wrestling, because the longest match was that tag match at the beginning. That was 13:10. Everything else was under 12 minutes. Like you said, that's just kind of how WWE is now. That's how television is. You need commercials, but I think there's definitely a fine line between too much advertisement, too much commercials, and WWE definitely is pushing the limits with that stuff there. Overall, there's nothing mind blowing.
That's how you know what's going on, though. The advertisements.
Yeah, there's nothing anything crazy. Everything was pretty straightforward. The Bronson Reed debut or return was something, like you said. We'll talk about that more on Raw, but shout out Jesse Ventura, who might not be back on WWE television after the showing he had this week. Just absolutely burying Damian Priest about him being a coward walking out through the cage door, which, it's Jesse Ventura, so you can't really tell him what to say, but, he has a point. I think the going through the cage door specifically is more of a heel thing than a babyface thing.
And so was the only person who can do a concerto as a face is Edge, because it's his, his. Let's see what it takes, Damian Priest.
I don't think it was a heel turn. I think that was just them putting like an exclamation point on the feud
Kebab.
and Priest, just kind of like finishing
So what?
McIntyre.
Should he have pinned him?
I I feel I always I mean like I said I think the escape the cage gimmick, especially for like a steel cage match where this should be like the finish, is always just kind of dumb. But
That was the whole point of the cage, though. Escape the cage.
well, no, the whole point of the cage is the heels don't run away or people from outside interfere. That's the whole point of the cage
But I'm talking about like back in the day to win, you escape the cage.
in WWE.
Yeah, this was a WWE show. You escape the cage.
But what's old is new again, and we can maybe not have escaping the cage. But the in the other company, even though there might be a cage involved, that still doesn't stop people from outside coming in, and it's a whole thing. But I digress. Main event, Jay and Logan Paul was okay. I mean, the match went under 10 minutes, and that included all the shenanigans with Cena and Cody and all that other good fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand having Cena having such limited dates, and yeah, he's not like on television as much. He probably just going to show up and do the matches. Like we're wasting a John Cena appearance, a John Cena match on like a throwaway tag match that doesn't really matter. And if you're going to go back to Cena and Cody, I don't think you need like Cody to get his win back to then challenge Cena at SummerSlam or whatever the case may be.
I think this is set up for Cody Rhodes to pin John Cena. I think that's exactly what this is set up for.
But I feel like it's a bigger deal if he pins him to get the title back. If he's going to get the title back, like,
well, we don't know if he's going to get the somebody else.
I don't know
the championship,
but I think if Cody is, because I think maybe not at the very end of the year,
or maybe
but
Logan Paul.
They're gonna run that match back, and
or maybe Logan Paul pins Jey Uso, and then we. I don't know. I don't know. I really only just see like Cody pinning John, or maybe John pins Cody again or something. Or maybe John pins Jay. Like, I don't know.
I think Logan Paul is going to eat the pin regardless. And also, I keep saying they love doing those quick cash-ins. So both champions in a match. Maybe somebody cashes in on Jay because
no, he has the match with Gunther coming. No, I don't see that happening.
I don't know. And at this point, you can't just have someone cash in on John Cena to drop the title.
And Money in the Bank has gotten very interesting. We're going to talk about that when we get outside the ring. AEW Double or Nothing happened. Brandon did an extensive recap of the show. I'll give you my thoughts. Anarchy in the Arena. It's always a fun match. That is always so much fun to watch. I love the setup of this Double or Nothing. I like the staging. Mercedes Moné, congratulations on her part. Ospreay and Hangman. That shit was tight.
TLDR, if you haven't listened, please go listen. Both Owen Hart matches were great, and Anarchy in the Union was great as well. Overall, shows are still too long, but it was a good show, really good show.
Ricochet and Mark Briscoe, that was some shit. That was dope too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there was like a bad match on the show, but there definitely was matches you
I'll
could
admit
cut.
it. You see that?
What?
When I like things, I'll admit it. See?
Look at that progress. Hot take. I know I'm, the quote unquote AEW guy here. I think AEW is doing a little better than WWE right now in terms of just like the day-to-day product. I think AEW is doing some good stuff recently, and WWE's definitely I think hit a little low point post WrestleMania.
Well, that's happened all the time though. That's always happened. Regardless of whoever's in charge, we're always going to hit a low point after Mania.
I mean, I think post last year's WrestleMania, they were doing pretty good.
Well, what happened post? Well, yeah, because you had the Tongans come in, and then Jake showed up. So yeah, but I mean, are we just gonna have debuts after that just help us along all the time?
I'm not saying that you need hotshot debuts and angles. I think you just need good storytelling, and sometimes I'm especially SmackDown. I mean. And apparently they're still going to do 3-hour SmackDowns because USA likes the viewership, which, like, yeah, you're going to probably get more viewers on a 3-hour SmackDown than you're going to get with some first run programming that no one's ever heard of on USA. And so despite saying they were gonna, it's a test run or a little trial period to begin the year. It looks like 3 hour SmackDowns are here to stay, and SmackDown's just not been a good show recently.
Look, a lot happened this past SmackDown. Look, a lot of stuff happened that's noteworthy that we're going to talk about. Let's see what else happened. NXT Battleground. Trick Williams, the TNA champ, an active contracted WWE star, is the TNA champion. What world are we living in?
Yeah, I mean, Trick Williams wins the TNA title off of Joe Hendry. Who knows what it means for the future of Joe Hendry. I still believe them turning Trick Williams heel was just such a boneheaded and dumb move. And like you can say, oh, he's the champion now, so he's in a good spot. Like, if you don't remember how hot Trick Williams was last year, he was probably like the hottest person in wrestling, not just in NXT, like in wrestling. And they decided to turn him heel, and and the crowd is still cheering him. So it's not like he's a good heel. It's just I don't understand their point in NXT to like turn everybody just to see what they can do with them. Like I still think Roxanne Perez should not be a heel right now, but whatever.
Well, she's a I don't know. I like heel Roxanne Perez. She supplies chicken nuggies and tendies.
Like her act is fine.
I mean, she's been a heel for a minute now. You still not on board with it?
I'm not saying her. She's a bad heel. I just feel like her upside is way more as a babyface, and I think now, especially since she's on the main roster and she's going to be a heel for a long time,
I see her kind of in the AJ Lee role. You know, you know, obviously we know AJ the upside with her. She was a great face, but man, she was a phenomenal heel. I mean, that Divas title run. I always go back to her standing on the top of that stage and just downgrading each member of the Total Divas crew. Like, y'all can't even lace up my Chuck Taylors, bro. Like, I see that for Roxanne.
And
like,
the whole crowd was cheering AJ as she was saying that.
Look, guy, look, this is how wrestling's supposed to work. You cheer the good guys, you boo the bad guys. Don't think you're cool because you're cheering a bad guy. Like, let's not do that stuff. Just follow the script, all right? Oh, God, Jesus, all right.
I mean, currently in WWE, it's looking like 2015 or 2014, 13, where the crowds are disengaged and they're just cheering whoever the hell they want to cheer. And is that a coincidence that it's when John Cena comes back? I don't know.
Cena doesn't have to do with with all of it. That I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I mean, he's come back multiple
WrestleMania
times.
40, whatever it was, 41. We were talking about how so many wrestlers were getting the opposite reaction, like Dom. Like we were out here talking about, like, oh, is it time to turn Dominic Mysterio babyface? No, they should still keep him heel, and I think the crowd reactions have not been as crazy recently.
Well, what that was an appreciation for the work that the guy has done. For when did he turn heel? 2022. We've seen this 3-year story arc, and he finally gets the big win. Like, yeah, you know what? All right, guy. That wasn't for the character. It was for the person behind the character. Like, all right, hey, good job. Plus, like, booing Dom is just like, it's the thing. It's the thing to do.
And we're talking about NXT.
We were talking about NXT. You see what I mean? Dom was former NXT North American champion. Boom, that's good. Yeah, but I mean, what else did you think about Battleground? Did you see this?
I still have not seen it. I mean, I've heard recaps of it. It seemed like Jordan Grace and Stephanie Vaquer was really good.
Yes.
Now post NXT TV show, which we'll talk about. I don't know why. Maybe my prediction had come to fruition when Mama Muscle got a championship win, but that's okay. And then there's some other stuff on the show that was. It seemed fine. I mean, it seemed like it was a pretty good NXT show. But I mean, it's probably the second best show of the weekend, to be honest. I think it was probably better than Saturday's main event, from what I heard.
Moving on from that, WrestleMania 42. We do not know where WrestleMania 42 is going to be. It was the rumors have started speculating or going around that WWE is not going to go to New Orleans like it was announced for April 11th and 12th. Triple H put out a video out before last week's SmackDown saying, "Hey, WrestleMania will not be going to New Orleans. We will reveal where it's going to be at a later time and date. But August of next year, New Orleans is going to get the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and that's causing people to speculate with the Money in the Bank contract coming up, the show. Well, okay, if Money in the Bank's in August, does that mean they have until the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view to cash in? I'm like, guys, that's not how it works. They have a calendar year to cash in, a calendar year. But anyway, I mean, what are your thoughts, man? Where's WrestleMania? The rumors Vegas again. I, I mean, I need a redo for personal reasons, but so Vegas. I mean, it's on the West Coast. It's easier to get to. New Orleans, because I was happy with New Orleans. I've heard all the stories about WrestleMania 30 and 34 and Bourbon Street turning into WrestleMania Central and all this, and just the vibe that it was going to be, and the food and the camaraderie of the boys and the people. Like, I don't know, man. What are you feeling? Would you go to WrestleMania next year, depending on where it is?
Maybe. I mean, this is one of the weirdest like situations I've seen in quite some time when it comes to like wrestling. Just because WrestleMania is just a staple and it's always been planned out meticulously. And even like last year where they announced WrestleMania was going to be in Vegas this year, it seemed a little later than normal. And then now they announced I mean even like this year they announced it, in like February or something, which even was kind of later than they normally do. And then now they reel it all back to then allegedly go to Vegas, but they didn't announce it right away that it's in Vegas. And apparently like this is why businesses like book years ahead of time, because things get booked. And apparently like there's some other stuff happening at like Allegiant Stadium or like nearby stuff in Vegas, because shocker, people book Vegas all the time, and so you can't just have the entire city to yourself all weekend. And there might be some logistical issues with trying to book WrestleMania in Vegas less than a year away. And apparently Vegas paid a hefty fee, try to get TKO to come back. So once again, we talked about the commercials, TKO. I mean, money walks or whatever, or money talks and all that other stuff. This is just the TKO era we are living in, folks.
Money Talks, the movie with Chris Tucker,
where money trounces everything, whether it's coming from Las Vegas or Saudi Arabia. WWE/TKO will go where the money is, despite if that means
what if,
headaches.
brother? What if you get the Royal Rumble? Man, what if WWE just did a Saudi residency from January to the middle of April? Everything is just in Saudi.
I mean, we said this at the beginning when they first did the deal, which, I mean, we've been here long enough. We've been doing this podcast that has been the entirety of the Saudi deal of like, oh yeah, it's just going to be like these one-off shows. Oh,
they
understand.
They were originally.
Like, yeah, it's like, oh, these one-off shows, they get it. It's like they're getting their money, but politically, it's probably not a good idea to like do more than that. Oh no, now they're going to get a Royal Rumble show. Oh, they're getting like multiple shows a year. Oh, is there going to be a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? Like we keep moving the goalpost, despite us, like the fans keep pushing back against it, and the company still goes forward with it.
Well, I mean, the deal was 10 years. It's up in 2 years.
And knowing TKO, I mean, there's literally a Saudi Arabia advertisement on their mat. So I don't think that's ended anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, they pay a hefty amount of money. The rumor was Vince wanted to buy TKO back. I don't know how true that is.
There's no shot Vince McMahon has money to buy TKO back, to buy WWE back.
We don't know that.
He would have to get some people involved. He'd need to get Elon Musk and Jeffrey Bezos to come together to pay for WWE at this point.
Shane, remember your inheritance? Bring it over. I don't know, man. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. I saw Shane McMahon take a photo with Lloyd and Hawaii. I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Maybe that's who's going to come help Solo next. Is Shane
McMahon. Maybe. Shane O'Mac.
Hey, hello. Abaddon off of AEW? What?
I know, it's a big day for AEW. Abaddon
Where's Abandoned?
Or Abaddon abandoned. She announced they announced, sorry, pronouns. They announced that they're not going to get their contract renewed. So who knows where Abaddon will go. Mariah May, obviously, she's a big one. Where this has been talks for months now at this point, since she hasn't been back since that fight with Tony Storm. She's gone as well.
Talk about Abaddon for a second, man. I feel like she should have done more in the company. I really do. Like, do you remember Rosemary from TNA?
Yeah, I mean,
It's kind of the same character, and Rosemary I feel like did way more in TNA. I think even had a title run or a tag title run or something in Impact during those years. I feel like Abaddon we could have got somewhere with this. We could have at least got like close to a title match or something.
I mean, I think Abaddon had a few title matches, but they never
With
really
who?
had like I mean, I can look it up, but I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if it was like just TBS or like it was in like those
She was wrestling Jade Cargill for the title.
Let's see, Abaddon AEW title match. Let's see. And this is on their Wikipedia page, and they were mainly wrestling on ROH recently.
Couldn't even get an ROH title. Couldn't even get an ROH women's title, or do they have a women's pure title now?
They wrestled a Karu Shida for the AEW title at Fight Night in 2023.
Where's the Karu Shida?
And then at World's End 2023, Abaddon unsuccessfully challenged Julia Hart for the AEW TBS Championship. See, look at that. I was right. I said that they took on for the TBS and the world title.
Couple things.
Look at that.
Where the hell is Hikaru Shida and where the hell is Julia Hart?
No idea.
Julia Hart, I mean, the whole House of Black thing, I know it kind of doesn't work because, Alistair left, but the whole House of Black thing they were really picking up steam, bro. Like, what's up with Buddy Matthews? I was just
I think Buddy Matthews is hurt. Brody King didn't make his return or not return, but, he was on Dynamite and he was on whatever show that was this weekend, Double or Nothing.
I was just watching like some highlights, like when he had the feud with Alistair Black in 2019. I was just watching some highlights of that. I'm like, man, this guy. And he was like doing stuff like he had that match with Roman on SmackDown. I'm like, this guy could have been something. I kept saying back then, like, if Kenny's not going to come, then make him your version of Kenny Omega. Like, I don't know. I've always liked Buddy Murphy Matthews. He's a great talent. He's a great worker. His selling, his intensity, like everything looks crisp. I don't know. I feel like my guy needs, if he's going to stay in AEW, my guy needs a TNT title run, a real TNT title run, one that we'll remember, you know what I'm saying? Or, something, or, go be a great badass gaijin in Japan. Like, I don't know. I need something because I like this guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's super talented as well.
And I haven't been that passionate about somebody in a minute, huh?
There you go. We talked about Abaddon, Mariah May. No disrespect to Abaddon, but I think Mariah May has a much higher upside and possibility elsewhere, which it seems as though it's WWE. I think you just push her straight away, put her in the main roster. I mean, people are going to say, with all these call-ups allegedly from NXT to the main roster, put Mariah May in NXT. Absolutely not. I think Mariah May needs to be in WWE on the main roster, and she can be a difference maker right away, because I think that top tier, top level of women's roster in WWE is sorely lacking on fresh faces, and Mariah May, and I think they show that with all these call-ups they're doing. And I think
go to NXT. What do you? Jordan Grace wins the NXT Women's Championship, and then boom, Mariah May's music hits.
That I don't know. I mean, allegedly, we're gonna get Stephanie Vakir, Jordan Grace, maybe Ricky Saints. I think like all the people who like lost their title matches this past week are like getting called up apparently. But who knows what's gonna happen?
This has never happened that fast. What is going on right now?
I have no idea. Maybe WWE does realize they're a little stuck in the mud right now and they need some fresh talent.
And bro, like, are we? Because I heard this on Cheap Heat. Are we living in a time where Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are like second tier players in the women's division?
I mean, at this point, I don't think Rhea Ripley is. Bianca, I mean, she did just get hurt, so it's kind of hard to kind of gauge where she is.
I mean, Bianca was cooled off with the whole tag thing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely could see Bianca taking a little bit of a backseat, which I still disagree with. I still think they should have just had a singles match at WrestleMania. But
also, what about this? MVP was on a podcast recently, and he talked about his frustrations with Triple H. What are your teas? Have you heard these thoughts?
I saw like a tweet about it, but I didn't see like exact. I didn't really read it.
Oh, he's just like, he's like, he said he has no respect for Hunter. You know, like things that we talked about and then they didn't happen, and like, and he was like, I'm putting it to you like this. Bobby Lashley was a 2-time WWE champion, and he was marketable. He was the face of the company, or I wouldn't say face of the company, but you know what I mean. Um, and then all of a sudden, he's reduced to mid card stuff. What happened?
I mean
We
the
know what
end.
happened.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
the ending to Bobby Lashley's career or WWE tenure was strange because he was gonna have the match with Bray Wyatt. Unfortunately, we know what happened there, and then it just kind of he did seem like one of those Vince McMahon guys who was not a Triple H guy, and kind of
Well,
took
no,
the brunt of that switch
yeah,
over.
I mean, Bobby said it multiple times. Vince understood me. Vince got it. I mean, he was doing the stuff with the Street Profits. I thought that was going to lead to something. I don't, and I don't know, man. Like it's just like there are things that happen that should, like the Hurt Business was never in front of a live crowd, bro. Never. It was the pandemic. Like we doing this war games. You telling me Hurt Business versus the Bloodline wouldn't have hit? Bobby and Roman going at it, that wouldn't have hit? I don't know, man. I don't know. This is why we have the video games. We can play it out on there, right?
Exactly. Live out your little fantasy dreams.
Yes. JR's colon cancer surgery was successful. That's good to hear. I'm glad JR, I hope he's doing better. Recoveries very soon. I heard he's gonna retire. Is this true?
I mean, he is getting up there, but I would not be shocked if he does at least one more
Hey,
call,
can we
maybe at All In, just to
nah
kind of like
man. We
signify the end.
if he gonna do a call, you come on, come on, man. If he's gonna do any kind of call, need that to happen in the E, man. If there's gonna be one more,
I mean, WWE had a lot of shows this past week to say something about Jim Ross, and they did not say anything.
that's true. They didn't say
They
nothing.
they had Raw, SmackDown, Saturday's main event, Raw again, NXT, nothing.
I'm just saying, man. Hunter has I know he has he feels very affectionately towards Jim Ross because I mean Jim Ross's calls are what made Triple H like a villain. Like besides Triple H, the things he did, like how many Raws did we end with? Oh, Triple H, you son of a bitch! Like how many Raws ended like that? It just you believe that he hated that man.
I mean, damn near everyone from like end at 99 to like 2001.
I'd even go
And
99 to like 2000. What 4? Like just constantly like. Yeah, I hope just prayers up to Jim Ross, man. He's a legend. We've lost too many legends, and we need to keep the ones we have for a long period of time. WWE tells fans no swearing.
no swearing. Shout out Danhausen.
So did
So
Danhausen.
allegedly, well, I don't think allegedly, but like I guess at the NXT taping, they like told fans like don't swear or else you could be subject to getting kicked out. I mean, I thought this was America. I mean, I get it, but I think it's dumb. I mean, I get angry when it's on Netflix and they try to do the censoring of like the
Still PG, brother.
whatever vulgar chant they try to do. I, I think it's dumb, but it's their company. They can do whatever they want, I guess.
This is a new era. We're going back to the days of old. That's all it is. We actually have fan mail. You surprised?
Oh, look at that.
2 of your favorites too.
Ooh,
Who do you 420?
hooty hoo.
Mates, it's been a while, so what's the deal with JC Mateo? Bronson Reed didn't answer the phone, so Solo found a lookalike. Oh man, yeah, man. Bronson Reed was, he helped out Bloodline 2.0 at War Games, shattered his ankle, came back from a shattered ankle in 6 months. That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that's very impressive. When I found out he was back, I'm like, that's immediately what my mind went to, as somebody that's had his fair share of ankle problems. Yeah, I was very impressed by that. Yeah, man. I mean, what do you thought? What are your thoughts on this?
Just JC Mateo or Jeff Cobb.
I mean, they do. I mean, they do look alike. I mean, listen, But I think he shaved his beard, right? Cobb did shave his beard because he had a beard for a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
And we can just shave it up. We'll try our best.
come on, Jeff Cobb. He's Guam. What do you say? Guamish?
He,
Guam,
he's Filipino.
Guamalian, Guamamalian
He's also
and Filipino.
Yeah, Filipino. Uh, yeah, I don't know. They're both big dudes. They both wear singlets. They got the wet slick back hair with the shaved sides. Yeah. If
Yeah.
Bronson Reed came back and just that would have made so much more sense. Obviously, I mean, we'll get to Raw and everything, but just I feel like that maybe a missed opportunity. I'm not exactly sure. All right, Copenhagen Smith.
Oh, our boy.
Hey man.
Welcome back.
He says, "Hey guys, a long time no email. Main purpose of this email is to try to make sense of both Cena and Rollins' motives.
Brother.
Cena seems pretty simple. Did everything with a smile on his face for 20 years. Now that he's retiring, people finally want to cheer. Okay, turn heel. I get it. Rollins, he wants to save this place from power hungry people like Roman Reigns and the cancers like CM Punk, but getting still the guy that wants the face of the company. But getting there still, the guy that was the face of the company for well over a decade wants to ruin this place and leave with the championship. Shouldn't Rollins want to take the title from John the way he wanted to take the title from Roman?
I mean,
You see what he's saying?
you guys know my thoughts on Seth Rollins.
But you see what he's saying, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it doesn't. The storyline is not for Seth Rollins to go after John Cena, so they're just not going to acknowledge that. And I guess John Cena's technically on SmackDown, so
John Cena's wherever he wants.
exactly. But yeah, I mean, spoiler alert. This faction is way better when Paul Heyman's like the face of it and talking about everybody else, and then when Seth Rollins gets the microphone and is like the lead guy, I think it takes a significant hit.
How?
I mean, I mean, no one care. I mean, people like chant his name or they sing a song and then they like kind of Pavlovianly boo him when he says his thing. And like he even acknowledged it in his promo. He's
He
like,
did.
"You guys still sing my song," which makes me like so angry because like they realize how stupid it is that they're singing his song and if they don't change his music. Why do you not change his music if he's trying to be a heel? But you still want to get that moment of the crowd
Because
singing
in his
song.
mind, he's still a good guy. He's trying to save. He's trying to save this place. He wants to make sure that it is here for the future. He wants to make sure that this place is here so Braun Breaker can main event WrestleMania's 45 through 50 and so on. Etc.
I mean, I think the group would be better off if they just were in the business of really focusing on Braun Breaker being like the guy over Seth Rollins. Like,
Well, I mean, we've seen the comparisons to Evolution 2.0, or Seth is the hunter.
and I think he'd be better if he was the Ric Flair.
Heyman's so then who's Flair? Or are we going Horseman? Are we going Horseman? Is Paul Heyman James Julius Dillon? Is that what we're doing?
If we're gonna go like
who's Tully? Who's Arn?
It's hard to make a full comparison because not all groups are the same. But I think it'd be better if Seth took a little bit of a step back. Paul Heyman was more of the face of the faction, and he was talking more and like building everything up because when he was talking on Raw, it was way better than what Seth was doing.
We'll get to that once we get to Monday Night Raw. Once we get to Monday Night Raw. We've talked about a lot. Usually, we're about to wrap the podcast up by this time. We're still going. Look at us.
Look at us.
All right.
Yeah.
Wyatt Six return on SmackDown. They return for the birthday of Wyndham Rotunda. You love to see it.
I mean, good for them that they're finally back and can actually work. But once again, we got a pretty good tag match that ended in a crap finish. But, the White Six returned, so we had a moment, brother. So we should all just forget that we had a match that wasted like 20 minutes of our time that did not have an actual finish.
When are the Street Profits going to get on pay-per-view? or PLE. When are any of the tag teams going to get on PLE? I just heard this on the Before the Bell podcast. Shout out to all those boys, and they have a great point. Like, where remember, like for like, I feel like it was like 2015 to like 2017. Every pay per view started with the tag match. You just started with that energy. Like, what happened to these days, man?
I mean, I think it's hard just because the shows now are like 3 hours. All shows are dual branded, so there's a lot of people you got to get on the show, and you can't just have one tag team. I mean, in theory, you could have one tag team title match and not have another one, but um, because you can have both like men's titles on the line, you're probably gonna have like both women's titles, and now they have four women's titles, so yeah, I mean, there's not too many spots, but just a lot of people.
Bro, we're gonna have to do 6 matches then. We're gonna have to do 6 matches.
Hot take, maybe cut out some of the advertisements in the filler. You put another match in there.
We're going to have
That's
to.
a crazy idea. I know it take a little bit at your piggy bank TKO, but think about it.
We're going to have to do 6 matches. That's the only way I see fit. That is the only way I see any of this fit. Jesus Christ, that is yeah. I'm sorry.
Everybody, sound off in the comments. What is Philip looking at right now?
um, JC Mateo and Jacob Fatu defeat Ray Phoenix and Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, I mean, just I thought it was a really fun match between these two. I mean, between these four rather. Probably best match, best thing on the show in and of itself. And Fatu and Mateo get a win, so good for them.
That's all I'm gonna say about my friend. Good for him.
Good for them.
That is the champion. That is the champ.
I mean,
Both
this is
former
Team
Bullycast
Bulletcast.
alumni.
It's Team Bulletcast.
Both former Bullycast alumni, I might add, are picking up wins on national television. Look at us. Let's see what happens. See what happens when you join us.
Good things happen.
Good things do happen. All right, let's see what else is going on. LA Knight qualified for Money in the Bank. That's good. That's good business on his part. He's qualified every year and hasn't done nothing. Alexa Bliss, Flair, and Stratton, they have a segment. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Tiffany Stratton, I think she's still trying to. I mean, she's been here a while now at this point. I think she's still trying to like find her way in terms of like her character because I thought she was like pretty good, like when she
I
was just
thought
by herself.
I thought she had her character though. I you know
I thought she was pretty good, like when she was by herself. But then when she was like going after, the old heads, I thought she was a little more snotty and kind of a little more like her like heelish way that she was kind of leaned too heavily on in the early days of her babyface turn. So I don't know. Just kind of tough, I
well,
think, for Tiffany to like have this act and kind of like still
Brandon,
be a babyface.
handle can you handle all this? I gotta step away for a second.
Well, of course I can handle it. I mean, come on. I mean, if I can do a full AEW pay-per-view recap by myself, you don't think I can handle the bullet cast by myself? Of course I can. Julia qualifies for the Money in the Bank tournament or Money in the Bank tournament, Money in the Bank ladder match. Who did she beat? See, this is why we need Philip because I mean, like I do watch, but like this was on SmackDown. This was almost a week ago. You think I remember what happened on SmackDown all the way back then? I mean, ugh, not really. Um, let's see, SmackDown match card. Uh, oh yeah, I mean that was a week ago because we're recording this on Friday, um, May 23rd. Let's see what happened on that day. There we go. Results on WWE.com. See, we're just killing time. Uh, oh yeah, it was Zelina Vega and Charlotte, right? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, good times. Good times. Zelina Vega and Charlotte in triple threat match to qualify for Money in the Bank. So yeah, shout out Julia. I mean, she's just kind of like merged into the speed of traffic. They're not really like building her up. She's not really like a big deal. She's just like another woman on the roster, which is a choice. I know she didn't like really catch fire in NXT. She kind of, got overshadowed by Stephanie Vakir. And not saying she like needs to, be like the top of the card and be like the life changer or anything, but I think you could at least portray her more as like a big deal. Philip, I was talking about how Julia, she's only been here for like a couple weeks now, but she's already kind of merged into the speed of traffic. And I think she's just another women's wrestler on the SmackDown roster.
Hello, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on. I'm sorry. So yeah, Julia actually qualifies for Money in the Bank. How do you feel about them just kind of doing the copy and paste segment with Julia and Roxanne being drafted or signed to Raw and SmackDown?
I mean, I think it's a little lazy where it's just like, oh yeah, okay. And like there's real no reason or no like explanation for why one got taken to one show and the other got taken to the other show. Besides like, the bidding war or whatever. Like, oh yeah, we signed them because they're free agents or whatever from NXT. But I think it's more the fact of like Roxanne clearly has like a big storyline planned for her. While Julie, I think she's just like, oh yeah, she's a good wrestler, so she can just
Yeah, because they've never what you call it. They've never just called people up that fast. Like, I don't know what's going on with they're just boom boom boom. Like remember like the and
but I mean I'd also argue that the people they're calling up right now should have probably never been in NXT to begin with. Like they're not calling up like
well no,
the
I mean get them established with like some sort of WWE audience before they eventually come over and do like because it's the age old like oh my god they did all this somewhere else okay if you just throw them on the main roster then well who the hell is that?
I mean, even with, I mean, you can do like, it's simple. They did it with Penta. You put up a little graphic for
Well
like
I
a
mean
month.
that's a different case. Penta's a different case. Penta guys like Penta and AJ Styles are completely different cases, bro. Like the storied career, every incarnation, everywhere they've been, you just kind of know. And then once they show up and they get those reactions, it's like okay, this is why you go straight to the main roster because of the star that you are. It's just
Which
I
is
wasn't
why I
really
think they should
familiar
do that
with
with
Julia.
Mariah
Like
May.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. Wasn't really familiar with Julia until she started coming over to NXT. Stephanie Vicari, I knew she had the match with Mercedes. Kind of looked into her a little bit, and then the NXT run helped me get to know her. Obviously, I mean Ricky Stark Saints. I already knew what the game was, from AEW and stuff like that. I felt like it was a great fit for him. I mean, just him showing up like that was great work. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, man. These call ups are happening quicker and faster than people thought. Like it was wrong for Braun Breaker to be kept down there like another year after he dropped the title. Because remember, like you win the title, you're a champion for like 5 or 6 months, you drop it, and then you move up. Like that was just the routine. You're champion for like 3 or 4 takeovers, and then you go up.
I mean, it's just like in sports. Like you might have a hot prospect who is fantastic, but if you don't have a spot for him, there's no reason to call them up and force them if they're just going to sit on the bench or get a couple of minutes when, if you wait a little bit, make a trade, get rid of, the person in front of them, put them in the spot where they have the best chance to succeed, like having a storyline or having a plan in place, then it sets them up for success instead of just throwing them to the main roster and just be like, okay, yeah, here we are. Yeah, Julia, she's here. She was in NXT and now she's in the Money in the Bank. So good job.
We're gonna have to wait and see. Inside the Ring, July 12th and 13th, big wrestling weekend, big, big, big. I know that's a big weekend for me personally. I'm gonna be on the road that weekend, so we're gonna try to do our best to recap all the stuff that is gonna be coming up. But ladies and gentlemen, as announced, Saturday night's main event broadcast, a multi-event weekend will take over in Atlanta on Saturday, July 12th and Sunday, July 13th, featuring Saturday night's main event, Evolution 2 and the Great American Bash. So July 12th, Saturday night's main event will be back. And then, of course, the groundbreaking all women's premium live event, which originally debuted in 2018, will happen on Sunday. And additionally, the Great American Bash will emanate from the Center Stage Theater, former home of WCW Saturday Night. More ticket information will be available soon. Actually, tickets for Saturday night's main event and Evolution have already gone on sale this past Wednesday on the 28th. So, and plus, what July 12th is in Texas, all in. So, yeah, man, this is.
Damn, WWE counter programming AEW again on a pay per view. That's crazy.
I mean, two of them, right?
I mean, it's literally what they just did this past week, taking over a city for like 3 shows.
This is what they do. I mean, this. I mean, we can't be surprised. Like they when Endeavor and TKO and all that happened, like they said, like we're gonna partner and we're gonna do multiple events throughout different cities and whatnot, but make a weekend of it. So yeah, throw UFC Underground. Where's Power Slap gonna be at? We gonna have a Power Slap out here?
I mean, I thought it would make total sense for them to like, do a UFC pay-per-view or UFC show on a Saturday and then run a WWE pay-per-view on a Sunday. But now, I mean, I think every WWE show like, outside of the 2 night shows are like on Saturdays now. So
We shall see, man. We shall see. It's gonna be a lot, man. I mean, it's gonna be very. We're gonna try our best to cover it all. Brandon, I know you're gonna do an all-in recap, I assume, right?
of course,
All right,
maybe I'll be there. I probably won't though. But I
no.
keep thinking about it, but I probably won't.
June 29th. I mean, you're gonna be in Berkeley, though. I know that.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. NXT is gonna be going or hailing from the ECW arena. Do you know exactly when this is?
I do not because I didn't even know this was a thing. Let's see, ECW NXT. When is that taking place?
Yeah.
Come on, Siri, tell me what it is. November. Nope, that was last year. Okay, here we go.
I saw this headline.
August 19th.
That's when this is going down.
That's
That's
what
before the AEW residency, right?
the show comes just 8 days before AEW begins its previously announced residency from the venue, which is also crazy. Damn, AEW or WWE cucking AEW before they go to the ECW arena. Who would have seen that coming?
I mean, the ECW arena is a fantastic place. I advise anybody who has never been go. It is great. It is fantastic. I love it. Great place to sleep. Yeah, no, I'm excited because I liked the little ECW tribute they did, and obviously I know they're going to be doing Sabu tributes and whatnot. I just did one myself. Go check it out when it's posted. But yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
down.
NXT, they had to cancel the show in Tampa on Tuesday just strictly because I think they saturated the market.
Yeah,
But they do well for these like kind of one-off smaller venue shows. Like
yeah,
when it like I think they did get hurt a little bit from being like the last show WrestleMania weekend, but when NXT does these like one-off here and there shows somewhere else, they do pretty well.
what they got hurt on the Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, I think they had like a decent house, but you could clearly tell like the crowd was tired.
It's WrestleMania weekend, boy. You going to drink a lot of caffeine and energy drinks, man. JC Jane is the new NXT Women's Champion. Fulfilling the prophecy of what was the group? Toxic Attraction.
Yeah, how can you forget Toxic Attraction?
All right, I was gonna say Gigi Dolan needs to win, but I just remembered she
Yeah,
no longer
poor
works
Tatum
there.
Paxley going through it right now. Her 2 friends are gone.
Yeah. But nonetheless, shout out JC Jane, NXT Women's Champion. Congratulations. Defeated Stephanie Vicaire, discus elbow. Boom.
Yeah, I mean, an absolutely shocking finish. I mean, to be honest, because like JC Jane is not really like in that stratosphere of being like a women's champion in NXT because I think like there's so many other people you can do it, and like it makes the decision to not have Jordan Grace win on Sunday even more like quizzical, which
Oh yeah.
then leads to credence that both of them, Stephanie Vicaire and Jordan Grace, are gonna get called up because it's like Jordan Grace is a way better fit, and maybe this is just like to get the title off Stephanie because of Worlds Collide or whatever, and I don't know if it's a political thing. I wonder why JC Jane's the person
Hold
they
on.
picked.
Speaking of Worlds Collide, did you see Alberto El Patron attack some guy on a TV show, on a newscast?
Yeah, and then he like ate shit because he slipped on a rug.
That shit was hilarious.
Couldn't have happened to a better person.
Um, What else? Excuse me. We had another title change. Ethan Page is the NXT North American champion. Hasn't even been in the company for a year. Already won 2 championships. Boom! Look at that.
Bam. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Once again, Ricky Saints might be on his way up. And that's another like booking decision. Like if you're gonna have the shock title change at the end with the women, why are you gonna do another one here with Ethan Page? And it wasn't. I mean, there was an attack before the match, so like it wasn't like a full blown victory on Ethan Page. So like there's a storyline reason why Ricky lost, but still, I mean, as someone who's not watching NXT, I like listen to recaps and kind of keep my ears to the streets. Ricky Saints, I feel like he's not like lighted up by any means.
Hey man, you leave Ricky Saints alone, man. He's absolute, baby. Hello. Callie Armstrong, the first ever WWE Women's Evolved Champion. Congratulations. It's on Tubi. It's free. Y'all go listen to the homie Peter Rosenberg do the call. Great stuff. Great stuff. Congratulations to Callie. Moving on from that, Raw recap: Seth Rollins promo on Raw with Big Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman. This is what you were talking about. This kind of felt like the Evolution promo. When Triple H was introducing each member. That's what this kind of felt like when Paul Heyman had the microphone. And then Seth gets in with the mic and he's talking about his mission to win Money in the Bank. But so here's the thing: Seth is kind of a hypocrite, right? He didn't want Roman to have the power. Or I'm actually not even really a hypocrite. He didn't want Roman to have the power of being champion because he was using it for the wrong reasons. Seth wants the power of being champion because he wants to ensure the future of this company.
And I mean, that's what a heel is. They're a hypocrite. I
wouldn't even say really a hypocrite though. Like I understand what he's doing. I understand the vision. I understand the vision of the visionary.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of blew my load a little early.
I need a name. Can I be the Oracle? Can I be the Oracle? If he's the visionary, can I be the Oracle?
Sure.
I'm all knowing. I'm all seeing.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of said it earlier. I thought the Paul Heyman stuff was really good. Talking to Braun. God, I'm gonna probably keep doing this, especially now that we have Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in the same vicinity. I thought.
Did you say Braun Strowman? Am I tripping?
Yeah, there's too many Brauns. I mean, I know they let one go, but there's still 2 Brauns, and they're 2 Brauns are together. So I'm definitely gonna call one Bronson and one Braun, and it's gonna be a whole.
Just why don't just Reed and Breaker?
That's too much.
How?
I don't know.
You're literally just using the last name. What are you? Rollins, Reed, and Breaker.
Just give him Steiner. Goddammit. Let him be a Steiner.
He is a Steiner.
Let him be a Steiner.
He's a Steiner.
Well, he is a Steiner, but he's not a Steiner.
How?
Because he's not called Steiner.
So half of these guys' last names, okay. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing?
You need the actual last name to be related to the family? Like,
like I said, Braun Breaker was he was getting taught up. See, now you got him all flabbergasted. Paul Heyman good, Seth Rollins bad. There you go. I'm done.
Okay. Rollins qualifies for Money in the Bank in triple threat. Dominic Mysterio tried to slide the chair to Finn Balor, eats a curb stomp on it. CM Punk comes back, GTS to Rollins.
Yeah, match was really good.
Yeah,
finish, a little contrived, crap finish like normal, but I thought they executed it pretty well.
Did you see they apparently WWE filed a trademark for Finn Balor?
Well, he's been doing a lot of that recently.
I'm like, that's great. I need my guy Finn Balor. I need him to. You know what? When Seth Rollins was the world champion, I was here advocating Finn Balor can take the title off of him for at least 2 months. I was advocating for that. I need my guy Finn Balor at some point in time. Win the world title, take the IC title off of Dom. I need something over here. I
get a time machine. I get a time machine. I'm going back in time, and I'm telling Finn Balor, brother, don't take that buckle bomb. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do we know that would have? I mean, do we really know that it was going to be good? Like, do we really know?
I mean, we don't know, but God damn it, he would have at least had a little bit of a title run. We could have seen something.
Yeah, we could have saw something. Jay and Gunther have a promo. Jay's gonna choke him out again. 4 letters, 1 word.
Yeah, kind of like more the same. I mean, to be honest, especially like
we're just going back, huh?
I mean, there was no Cody, no Cena, no
Cody's on
Paul.
SmackDown.
So I mean, yeah, we're gonna get Cody and Cena on SmackDown today.
Yeah.
So
Do, 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 do.
we'll get some sort of progression, I guess, in this tag team match. But luckily, I mean, what the show is next week or 2 weeks from now.
Next week.
So yeah, it's next week. So luckily, we don't have like too much like filler to be had because I think that's kind
These
of
shows have been happening rapid. Like Mania, Backlash, Saturday Night's Main Event. Now we're about to hit Money in the Bank. Do you remember? Do you remember when they were doing like brand specific pay per views every 2 weeks when Saturday or when SmackDown Live started in 2016?
Yeah, because I was listening to like a throwback podcast,
Thank you.
and they
Oh, it was.
were like, it was yeah, they were talking about whatever show it was, and then they were like, oh yeah, we have whatever backlash, we have payback in 2 weeks. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Great balls of fire.
Yeah. So
Oh Jesus. Yeah, but I mean, like, if we can do like a six match format and like at least one of the tag teams is on there, like if we can, I mean, like, a tag team title match, obviously a world title, the women's world title, maybe one of the women's mid card titles, maybe a men's singles, and then like one match that doesn't involve a championship. That's 6 matches. You just alternate it. Just alternate it. Penta qualifies for Money in the Bank. Jesus, prayers up to Chad Gable. You see that thing?
yeah, it was a rough fall. I mean, maybe a little over whatever the word I'm looking for. They got a little too ambitious with that spot,
It
and
was. I mean, it was. It happened.
yeah, he just got dropped right in his face. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he
good
got
for
pushed backstage by AJ Styles.
yeah, I mean, really good match between these two guys here. I mean, the qualified matches for Raw were pretty good. And Penta wins. He's not Ray Phoenix, so don't expect him to be the high flying guy in this match, but he might do something.
Liv is back.
Liv is back from Japan,
My guy didn't understand how time zone worked. Dominic.
apparently, even though he literally travels the world and has to deal with time zones all the
Well,
time.
he. I feel like somebody does that for him. He just worries about the chicken nuggets.
I mean, the phone changes time zones on you automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. So in his mind, he just thinks, it's just all the same.
Yeah, you see. Thank you. See, we know. I mean, Dom and Roxanne is really about to be a thing, bro. Could he turn heel while turning heel again?
Maybe. And it seems as though it would be Liv who'd be the babyface, obviously,
But
because he would.
no, it's crazy because like he posted the photo of like the nuggies or something, right? And like Roxanne liked it, Liv liked it, Rhea liked it. They all, Rhea still loves her dom dom.
Yeah.
There's something about this guy. Like I even
As much
think his
as much
wife
as you
liked it.
might hate your ex, you still have fond memories.
There's something like Dominic Mysterio did, sleazeball, did some messed up stuff, but there's still something like it is. But god damn it, there were good times, like that's what it is. I love to see it. Becky and Lyra's promo. Lyra said the most exciting thing about Becky was her husband. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean they're building up the feud a little personal. Lyra said that like she's gonna raise Becky's hand or whatever after the match. So I don't know if this means like Becky's gonna win the match and then she's gonna force Lyra to raise her hand and that's gonna be like a whole thing after the fact. But once again, I think hopefully the match is pretty good because it seems this could be like the only marquee singles match on Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully Becky wins. AEW, Ricochet wants his own group. Swerve, Paige, and Ospreay have a promo. Kyle Fletcher and Cole via DQ. Yo, hold on. That spot of Adam Cole's head smacking the apron, was that from Dynamite or the pay-per-view?
That was from Dynamite.
Brother. My guy just came back from being off for like 18 months. We got to be careful. Accidents happen, but we got
and Cole doesn't wrestle that much to begin with. And he wrestled what two matches in 3 nights, 4 nights.
We got to be careful. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it looks as though we are going to get Cole versus Fletcher, kind of like as a TNT feud. I would assume Fletcher's going to win it and he gets the title because whatchamacallit, Don Callis was talking about how he wants to like take over AEW and get all the gold, and you got to at least win one title before you take all of
Don
them.
Callis is still doing that, huh?
But the opening segment I thought was pretty good. Hangman Page comes out to kind of talk about his win, and Swerve comes out to kind of question why the Young Bucks said all those months ago when they returned that they cost Swerve the title match for Hangman Page, and Hangman didn't really give him an answer. And then Ospreay comes out to try to play peacekeeper, so it looks like we're gonna try to get the Avengers of Page, Swerve, and Ospreay to team up to take down the Death Riders at All In. I mean, it looked like we were gonna get Page and Swerve to take on the Young Bucks at All In, but Swerve pinned the Young Bucks at Anarchy in the Arena, so it would doesn't make a whole lot of
Oh
sense.
yeah, the forklift stomp.
Yeah, so I don't know. It doesn't seem like that match is in the cards for Swerve, so I don't know if maybe we're just gonna get Swerve and Ospreay in a match, or if they're gonna team up to take on the Death Riders, which I don't think that's kind of a waste of their talents at the biggest show of the year, but I'm definitely I think I did my prediction last week and I said Ospreay's gonna win, but I'm pretty excited to see what Hangman can do as kind of like the guy now in AEW because I think he's gonna win at All In, and that's kind of the point of his redemption arc.
Okay. What else is going on this show? Jesus Christ.
Ricochet wants a group. He
yeah.
talked about how there's the Hurt Syndicate, there's the Callis family, there's the Death Rider. So now he wants a group. He kind of was smug about it. Basically, he just said he wants some people to like do his bidding for him. So he didn't like if you join Ricochet and be in his group, you kind of know what you're getting into. So I do wonder who that would be if it's like kind of really low guys like the Crew, which is oh my god, I'm completely blanking on their names, but Action Andretti and Leo Rush.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
They kind of like low guys like that, or if he's gonna get some higher up guys and they become like a super group. I don't know.
I think that would be something.
So,
I think that would. I'm down for that.
and then closing segment, we had Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm talk back and forth, building up their match. It was
Hey, you show some respect to the Beyonce of wrestling, bro.
there was some good stuff. There was also some cringe stuff, which is to be expected from Tony Storm. And I mean, they basically just said like we're gonna have the best wrestling women's match of all time, which like I'm not like the biggest fan of that like as a selling point in the storyline of like, oh, we're gonna go out there and give the show, we're gonna give a great show, guys, instead of like I'm want to beat you because I'm gonna be the best. But I mean, we still got what, a month, like 6 weeks till the show, 5 weeks till the show. So I would assume we're gonna get some sort of like angles and some heat put into this thing.
Yeah, we. You say 5 months or weeks, right?
5 weeks because it's July 12th. So
Yeah.
we're at the end of May. So
Yeah, no,
at least 5 weeks, I think.
we're gonna get that on and popping. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for this West Coast Pro. When the lights go down in the city is happening tonight. This will be out before the show starts, but you probably won't hear it till after. Go see Sandra Moon's last West Coast Pro match. Miko Alana, Maney, who else? Jaya Jewel, Vinny Massaro, Lee Moriarty, Starboy Charlie, all your favorites. Stars of Wrestling is making its return to Alameda for the Alameda Point Gym for the first time in 3 years. Go over there. SPS will be in action. The Bike Club, Santana Jackson, Dom Sirius, Tasha Steeles, JTG, Jay the God, all of them and so much more. Go check that out. It's going to be a great time. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Yes, sir.